Hello, and welcome back to Will, A Wonderful World. I'm not exactly sure where we last left off. I believe, well, evidently, the most recent one was from this year, which was about Jack. I think we also had another one. Most likely from Best Wen and Carlos. Best of Midnight. My Night's a different game entirely. Who's it tied with? Can't get there. VR. Yes. I remember that. That's not a good combination. It had its singular moment of funny, but it was not the best. So, anyway. Well, four letters, so that's obviously going to be, something. The longest class.
Dios, ¿qué debería hacer?
Pretty girl. I need a gun. And 5 past 12. We haven't talked to Lai Wen for a while, so let's see what the longest class is about. Tied with Carlos. The simulation exams were right around the corner. Everyone was busy preparing for it today. Mr. Wen hadn't mentioned anything about cancelling the class. However, besides, I was still his assistant for the art class, so I went along. However, the room was empty. There was no one there, not even Mr. Wen. I felt a little disappointed. Just when I was wondering whether I should go back and study for the exam, sit down, time for class. Mr. Wen walked past me, took off his coat and laid it on the back of his chair near me. Why are you the only one here? It's the simulation exams tomorrow. Everyone is freaking out about them. I grabbed the chair and sat down. Mr. Wen seemed a little unhappy. Was he going to cancel the class today? I suppose I should get ready to go back to study too. What would you like to draw today? Mr. Wen abruptly asked. What would I like to draw? It surprised me that I was hearing this question coming from his mouth. Something more difficult? I said, hoping that hoping that it would make me appear more motivated. Then draw me. But you would have to pose for a long time. Is that too much of me to ask? I'm gonna guess he says no. Honestly, didn't want to do that. If I messed up, when I messed it up, he was going to tear me. He was going to tear me, not the drawing, into pieces. Don't overthink it. Mr. Wen took out his kits, set up the eschel, and continued. I'll do a sketch too. I'll draw you. Okay, then, fair enough. Both drawing each other. After making sure my ears weren't lying to me, I sprung up in my chair. Wait. Let me go and change first. I sprang out of the classroom. I was still sweaty and smelly from playing tennis earlier, and I was wearing my sports jacket. That was one size too large, because I ordered the wrong one. Oversized clothes are comfortable, I think. It would be so embarrassing to be drawn like this. Furthermore, the more I thought about it, the more I felt like it was some sort of a trap. If I drew him badly, no, not if, when. With his temper, he would almost certainly not let me off the hook easily. Well, I felt like I had turned it into a dried fish on a cutting board, waiting to be cut up. I opened the locker and picked out the dress that Jing had bought me, and it was on sale a while ago. She had bought 2 of them and given me one as a present. I had never tried it on before. Well, that's a bad sign. My school uniform was still drying off at home after laundry day yesterday, so this would have to do for now. I put the dress on. It fit well, size-wise, but because it hadn't washed, I felt weird itching once put it on. Miss Wen showed no reaction to my new outfit. and so we began sketching practice. Drawing a portrait was so hard, and my back was itchy. It kept distracting. And my back being itchy kept distracting me. By the time the bell rang, I barely had drawn a rough draft. Mr. Wen put away his sketch, and he didn't ask to see mine either. As he was about to leave the classroom when he stopped at the door, he looked at me and opened his mouth. He looked like he was going to say something, but he didn't. Eventually, he left the room. He left with a disappointed look on his face. What the hell was wrong with him? I mean, you could have just not put on the dress. Well, that sounds weird. Keep on the sports clothes. Keep on clothes. Just, you didn't have to put on clothes you hadn't washed before. What did I do to him this time? Well, I win. Okay. Pretty girl. Okay, in quote marks. I brought Yi to the, I'm assuming it's Yi, to the auction house. She was still burning up and barely conscious. I don't remember if she'd met anyone. Oh yeah, no, it was because the boss had been tricked by the gang. I handed her to the boss there, a middle-aged fat man named Lucky Zhao, who had a full mouth of gold teeth. Usually when the gang mentioned taking care of someone without additional instructions, it meant bringing the girls to the auction house. Basically, I was only asked to do the legwork. As for the girls who had been taken care of, they had probably been sold to people abroad. I heard rumours that besides the legitimate auctions, the house conducted illegal ones in secret too. There were many kinds of outlandish merchandise in the building, and that included humans. Just as I was about to leave, I couldn't control my curiosity anymore. I asked the guy at the front desk, "Hey man, where do these pretty girls get sold to?" The guy put down the stainless steel mug in his hand. So this is the same one that Alicia had escaped from. At least you know you're in the same country because she escaped. These people brought here, the people brought here by the Black Dragon Gang. Well, those girls usually just get sent to Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia? Why there? Are they being sent to a housemaid to be housemaids? Are you stupid or something? If I was just the desk guy, I would just say yes. I would just let him believe the idea. Housemaids? The gang always told us that these girls are sent there to be human sticks. Are we not? Is that not clickable? Oh, it. Oh, now it's not responding. No. There we go. Human sticks, an extreme form of torture from ancient China, which was said to be used on concubines by the wife. According to records, after Emperor Gaozu of Han died, his queen ordered his favourite concubine to be turned into a renzai, aka a human stick. During the Tang Dynasty, Empress Consort Wu had done the same to a rival concubine before she became empress. There was a saying at the time, "You might be high at the top of one day, but you could fall at the bottom as a human stick." In modern society, there are still criminal rings that kidnap women and children, turn them into human sticks, and sell them to beggar organisations or freak show circuses. It's extremely barbaric. Good thing it didn't go into detail. It sounds painful and I don't want to know. Right, anyway. Have you seen a freak show? They have no tongues, eyes, arms, or legs. They have nothing but their torsos left, and they're locked in a cage. That's... okay, that's not good. No one has to suffer through that. I almost threw up. Yeah, that's understandable. This was the first time I ever heard of the phrase human sticks, and I eventually figured out what it meant based on his descriptions. I would rather die than live like that. Yeah? Yeah, pretty much. The hit, but it's not a smart move. I kept reminding her to be careful while she snuck out of the building. Poor girl. With a field like that, had dead arms. He had not been able to leave the building yet, and she was soon brought back. I was thrown out into the street with nothing but my boxer shorts. Damn it. I couldn't just do nothing and let ye be sent to a living hell. Lord, please guide me. Carlos. I feel like I'm enjoying Jimmy's story because of the emotes and like how... Well, I don't want to say wholesome because it's not necessarily wholesome. But like Carlos and Jimmy's is probably, I'd say, my favorite two stories. Because then it's probably Kang's and Gaeyoung's. I'm probably, because these I'm going through these by my memory. Then it's probably Lai Wen and Wen Zoren, and then it's probably Spotty and in Parks at the bottom. Alicia, I think Alicia's somewhere in the middle. Out of all the characters. Anyway, put on a dress. Okay. Loosen the hair, let it down. Put on the dress. Then you loosen the hair, let it down. Cover the. Yeah, cool. Sounds right. This sounds perfect. First try. Let's go. The dress was really tight. Carlos, really? This image of Carlos is just interesting. It looked like... I looked down at the dress that was wrapped tightly around myself. I could still feel the warmth of his body. That's weird. And the smell of the traces of a scent. That's weird, Carlos. I never worn girls' clothes, except for my sister's. I felt my face starting to blush. I heard footsteps getting closer and closer to the door, but then they started moving away. A few minutes later, I saw Yi leaving the building through the window. She walked out of the gate, turned her head right, and slowly walked out of my sight. If she kept walking in that direction another kilometers. If she kept walking into that direction a couple of kilometers, she would be on the turf of the Blood Gang. I finally felt relaxed. May the Lord bless you, Yi. Now that Yi had gotten away, I didn't need to worry about my own escape. When I was at the orphanage, I'd always been the fastest kid. Can you outrun bullets? We used to go up the hill to hunt rabbits. Nice, we got a dictionary definition of rabbits. Oh, okay. The Mexican rabbit. Romero Lagus, Daisy, also known as the volcano rabbit, is an endangered species, endemic to Mexico. The rabbit is also native to 4 volcanoes of the south of Mexico City. I'm gonna butcher this. Ista, got the first 4 letters. Chihatl, I'm assuming. Ista Chihatl. El Pelito. Oh, I'm playing a game in a different language now at this point. Pubukatol, Petal, and Talayok. I've completely butchered that one. Apologize. They're commonly found in the high altitudes in the pine forest, elder forest, and the grasslands around 2,936 meters above sea level. It is the world's second smallest rabbit. Okay, so I was thinking the other one. It is crepuscular and highly active at twilight, dawn, and at times in between. It lives in groups of 2 to 5 rabbits in burrows, and its total population is estimated to be around 1,200. The most famous rabbit in Mexico is the volcano rabbit, but since it is highly endangered, the rabbit that the locals hunt is mostly the most are usually the slightly larger Mexican hares. I did like that image though. The images were nice. The other kids would take a whole day, but I only needed 3 hours. I ran out of the room and sprinted towards the stairway. In a dress? God knows me before he could make a sound, and I already jumped down and an entire flight. I was about to go down to I was able to go down to the first floor within 3 jumps. Nice. I ran past the front desk so fast the newspaper was blown out of the front desk guy's hands. By the time he realised what just happened and who that had been, I already long gone from the auction house. Still, what should I tell Mr. Kwan? To see you were assaulted, I wandered around the streets when I finally noticed people kept giving me strange looks. That was when I realised I was still wearing Yee's dress. Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. I mean, you managed to sprint away from several people in a dress, so I think good for you, Carlos. A round of applause to you. I lowered my head and walked quickly towards the less crowded parts of the street, afraid of being seen. I found myself in a strange alley that I'd never seen before, or never been before. At the end of the alley, there was a small coffee shop. Please say that's the one that Alicia's in. The sign looked like a maple leaf, and it said Maple House on it. I was stunned. I seem to remember that Alicia had mentioned a place like this in her first few letters. Yes, she used to work here. Since Alicia had never mentioned the address of the coffee shop, I had never been able to find it. Yet here it was, right here. Finally, I was about to find my big sister Alicia. She doesn't work there anymore, but yeah. I ran up the stairs in the coffee shop with the excitement of the world, but someone suddenly grabbed both my arms from behind. It was a policeman. There's a serious problem here. Mr. Wen looked up at the sketch, puzzled. Before he could take a good look, I took the sketch back. I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class. I imitated his tone, took a few steps back, and tore up the sketch and threw the pieces into the trash. Ahaha, what a hysterical moment. I finally turned the tables on him. I quickly ran out of the classroom. Thinking back of how many of my sketches he had shredded, I felt great about getting back at him. Yep, S's on first tries. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Carlos got arrested, but yeah, at least he found the maple leaf. And then, do we try that? No, I'll probably make this one a little bit shorter, and then we'll do this next time. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you had fun, because I did, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. With that, goodbye.